Money is one of the most misunderstood forces in human life. Not because it is complicated, but because it is emotional. Two people can earn the same amount, live in the same city, face the same opportunities, and yet end up with completely different lives. One feels free. The other feels trapped. One sleeps peacefully. The other lies awake at night worrying. The difference is not intelligence. It is not education. It is behavior. And that is why understanding the psychology of money matters more than understanding money itself. Let me ask you something before we go any further. If you suddenly became rich tomorrow, would your life actually improve, or would your habits destroy everything you gained? Most people never ask that question, and that is why money slips through their hands. There was once a young technology genius who had everything society praises. He was brilliant. He was early. By his early 20s, he had patented key technology used in Wi-Fi routers. He built companies. He sold them. Money arrived faster than wisdom ever could. At a luxury hotel in Los Angeles, staff watched him walk in drunk, flashing bundles of cash, treating money like it was a toy. One night he asked an attendant to exchange cash for gold coins. When the coins arrived, he didn't save them. He didn't invest them. He threw $1,000 gold coins into the ocean for fun. Later, when he accidentally broke a lamp worth $500, he threw $5,000 at the manager's face and told him to disappear. That man went bankrupt within a few years. Not because he didn't earn enough, but because he never learned respect for money. Now contrast that with a man no one noticed. Ronald Read. A janitor. A gas station attendant. A man who fixed cars and cleaned floors. He lived in a modest house. He drove old cars. He wore simple clothes. When Ronald died at 92, the world discovered something shocking. He left behind $8 million. He donated most of it to a hospital and a library. Ronald never earned a high salary. He never won the lottery. He simply saved consistently, invested patiently, and never touched his compounding returns. So ask yourself, who understood money better? The genius who made millions quickly, or the janitor who quietly became wealthy? This is the first lesson: money rewards behavior, not brilliance. Intelligence helps you make money. Behavior helps you keep it. That is why finance is not a math problem. It is a psychological one. Now let's talk about a dangerous word: more. Humans are wired to want more. More status. More comfort. More money. And modern society feeds that hunger endlessly. There was once a story told at a billionaire's dinner party. One guest pointed out that the host had earned more money in a single day than an author earned from an entire lifetime writing a famous novel. The author replied calmly, "Yes, but I have something he will never have. Enough." Enough is one of the most powerful, and rare, financial skills. Consider Rajat Gupta. From an orphan in Kolkata to the CEO of McKinsey. From nothing to $100 million. Fame, respect, power, influence, he had it all. But it wasn't enough. He wanted $1 billion. That desire pushed him into insider trading. One phone call destroyed everything. His money vanished. His reputation collapsed. He went to prison. Ask yourself honestly, how much is enough for you? Because if you don't define it, comparison will define it for you. And comparison has no finish line. There will always be someone richer. Someone younger. Someone ahead. If you tie your happiness to being ahead of others, you will never rest. Some of the most valuable things in life cannot be bought back at any price: freedom, reputation, family, peace of mind. Money is powerful, but it is not supreme. Now let's talk about compounding, because this is where patience separates winners from everyone else. Compounding is not impressive in the short term. It is boring. invisible, slow. That is why most people ignore it. But over decades, it becomes unstoppable. Think about ice ages. They didn't happen overnight. Ice accumulated slowly. Each year, a little more stayed than melted. Eventually, the world froze. Wealth works the same way. Small amounts saved consistently grow larger than dramatic winds that are interrupted. Warren Buffett did not become wealthy because he was a genius trader. He became wealthy because he started early and stayed invested for decades. Most of his wealth came after the age of 50. Let that sink in. The real magic was time. Yet people constantly ask, what stock should I buy, instead of asking, how long am I willing to stay patient? There is a difference between getting rich and staying rich. Getting rich often requires optimism, risk, and boldness. Staying rich requires humility, caution, and respect for uncertainty. Jesse Livermore was one of the greatest traders in history. During the 1929 crash, when everyone else lost everything, he made billions by betting against the market. He became legendary. But success made him overconfident. He believed he could not lose. Eventually, he did. He lost everything and took his own life. Abraham Sky, another wealthy investor, also perished during that crash. Two men who reached incredible heights were destroyed by the same force, overconfidence. Wealth is fragile. Luck plays a bigger role than we like to admit. That is why margin of safety matters. Living below your means. Avoiding unnecessary risk. Preparing for uncertainty. People love stories of bold wins, but survival stories are what truly matter. Warren Buffett survived 14 recessions. Not because he predicted them, but because he respected uncertainty. He never bet everything. He never chased trends. He never panicked. He simply waited. And waiting is harder than acting. Now bring this back to your own life. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need inside information. You need good habits, patience, humility, and emotional control. Ask yourself, do I spend to impress people I don't know? Do I compare my progress to others instead of my past self? Do I save for freedom or spend for validation? Money amplifies who you already are. If you are calm, money gives you peace. If you are reckless, money gives you chaos. True wealth is not about having more. It is about needing less. It is about controlling your time, your decisions, and your stress. The goal is not to be rich and miserable. The goal is to be secure and free. So here is the real lesson. The psychology of money is not about numbers. It is about behavior. It is about understanding that doing well financially is less about what you know and more about how you act under pressure. It is about knowing when enough is enough. It is about respecting compounding. It is about surviving long enough for patience to pay you back. And it is about remembering that the greatest return on money is the life it allows you to live. So when you think about wealth, don't ask, how much can I make? Ask, how do I want my life to feel? Because money is a tool. And like any tool, in the wrong hands, it destroys. In the right hands, it builds. The choice is yours, starting today.